Hello and welcome back. This one's going to be a little bit different than what I usually do on this channel. The editing computer that I use for all these videos, it's pretty old. Built it a long time ago in a rack mount server case, and it's terrible. The video card didn't fit, I made it fit. And then motherboards replaced, lots and lots of hardware. So the old case has got to go. So I got some new stuff. All right. And we have one camera pointing down at the desktop and one straight at it. So I'm gonna go through and we're gonna check out this stuff. So the first thing is an MSI, I'm gonna put it down this way, and sorry about the glare, but let's put it like that. MSI Pro Liquid water cooling system. I have really wanted a water cooling system for a long time, and to be honest, back when they first came out, they were not so easy to work with. So, yeah, I'm gonna open this thing up. I shopped on Newegg quite a bit. If you're not familiar with Newegg, it's a great place to buy computer parts or entire computers. There were less expensive liquid cooling systems. And why a liquid cooling system? Well, my computer right now is using the stock CPU cooler that came with a different processor many years ago. So, all right, so we have a fan. It is a lot different than, it's a much larger fan than my older computers use, that's for sure. I've done computers for a long time, but look, things are getting better. They've gotten a lot better. So there's a second and a third fan. I'm going to put these off to the side for now. One of the coolest parts about the whole system is that it's sealed. It is, all right, and that is it. Okay. This water block is that's what this part is here. I'm going to take this plastic off. There we go. I'm going to do my best. It has a little warning right there. Please peel off label before you use it. Make sure the pump cables are connected. Okay. Good to know. So there is a sticker on there. If they didn't put that there, you wouldn't need the printing, but of course it's there for protection. All of this is mounting hardware. It can fit many different processors. There's some backing plates there. They go on the back side of the motherboard. I'm going to just slide everything out here. And this is one thing I was hoping for. It did come with some thermal paste. I have thermal paste, but I don't want to have to dig around for it. A whole bunch of various different kinds of screws. So I will go through that in a little while and figure out what's needed to get this working. And we have various wires. We may have a guest appearance soon.
What's this box for?
We're doing a video right now. I'm recording. That's the new case. That's what I'm going to show them next. So this right here is the radiator. This will go in the top of the case and radiate all the heat that comes out of the CPU. So the next thing to do is going to be to mount all of this in the new case. So I'm running out of desk space here very quickly. This guy
Oh, that's really big.
is the new case.
It's really big.
I'm going to try an old trick. This will make the reveal a little better. I'm going to...
When he says old, he means like really old because he's really old.
I am really old. I'm going to take the tape off. All right, now here we go. We're going to lift it. See if it'll clear the light.
Did not clear the light.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Close enough. Okay. Now I have some accessories that came with the case.
Ooh, let me see them.
So let's
Ooh.
I'm gonna get the packaging material off, and we're gonna see what this box looks like. Well, now this is one of the, not the cheapest case I could find.
Ow. It's on my hand.
Huh.
Thanks.
Well, I didn't expect to get your hand under it. Okay, now I'm gonna take the plastic off, and
Ooh.
now we
Wow,
see,
it's so pretty.
yes, the real grandeur of it.
Can this be my computer case?
Well, we're gonna build one like this for you.
Build me a computer.
So, yeah, that's what we're building in there. I'm gonna get the glass off of it,
Wait, what?
and we're gonna get started.
So this is how big this is, and this is how big my current computer is.
Yes, that's her little Raspberry Pi device.
It's a very small computer. That's genuinely hilarious.
Yeah. Go. So the little thumb screws come off. You know, I thought it was funny. I was reading a bunch of ratings and reviews, and they were saying silly stuff like, well, if you want your computer to look like an aquarium, and, well, you know what? I like aquariums. So why wouldn't I want my, if they make beautiful aquariums for our beautiful fish, that is tempered glass and it's curved.
Oh my
Pretty
goodness,
cool.
that scared me.
Yeah. All right. So here's what we have with the glass off, and there's a little screen here that goes on the top. It sticks on with some magnets. That's nice.
Nice.
So I'm going to come around to the other side. This is probably where I'll be doing most of the work.
Yep.
And it's going to be oriented about so.
About so.
And it'll mount right up here. Pretty funny. One of the things I was seeing a lot, reviews were saying, oh, new water cooling blocks tend to be a lot thicker, and they won't, your water cooler won't fit if you don't get a different case. And I thought, you know what? I'm just
We'll
gonna
make
get
it fit.
what they have, and yeah, we'll make it fit. Okay, now, so this will line up just like so. I see several holes are lining up right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this bottom row. So that's perfect. I'm gonna start processor somewhere around here, and that'll definitely fit. Then I won't have stuff going on right here. Power supply will fit under the motherboard down in this. Please move that out of the camera, please. The power supply will fit down here under the motherboard. So, yeah, that'll be kind of fun. Okay. I'm good with that alignment, so I'm going to manually place one right there. I'm going to screw it in most of the way. Okay.
Thanks for the block.
So none of these are going to be cranked super tight. Although this computer is going to live in a semi-truck, it's going to be subjected to a lot of vibration. So I would not be surprised if later on I have some screws come loose. But all right. So this obviously, it could take a larger radiator. Could be, oh, here's one more screw. Cool. So I can fill every hole. These fans need to go in here like so. So there we go. Just gonna do these, the first two by hand. That's enough. And here's the second fan. You can see they have these nice little passageways cut into the steel to allow the let's see if I can get that one aligned. I'm gonna have to go around to the other side to see it. Okay. There we go. And while I'm on this side, Yep. Oh, for goodness sakes. Guys, why didn't you tell me? I put two of the fans on backwards. Okay. So that's it. We got 3 fans. We have our water cooling system. We're going to need to bring in all this other stuff and do some cable management and everything else. But yeah, I think this was a good choice to put all these cables straight down, right behind everything else. The motherboard will sit here. The power supply will come in through the bottom. There are places to mount things back here, but we're not going to use this space. And along the bottom here, some extra fans. So I will see you guys after dinner. Okay guys, so part 2 here. This is the old computer, and I'm going to just start out by harvesting all the good stuff out of it. This case has been with me for a long time. It's been hauled probably 1 million miles in trucks, and it shows. You know, things I've written on top. I had to replace the video card, and the new card was taller, so I had to create a box on the top here, and it's, yeah. So it's just ugly and beat up, and it's so heavy. Oh man. So to start, I'm gonna get the lid off and pull these 2 fans. So these I think will go in the new computer. So and actually, rather than doing it later, let's just do it now. Take 4 screws out of each, and I'm just gonna put the drill on high speed.
There we go. Huh. Since I couldn't hold on to that end, I just let it fall. They don't weigh too much. It won't damage anything down there. I am going to be dealing with some highly sensitive electronics soon. A note about electronic discharge while I disconnect some wires. It is a real concern. However, I've worked on computers for so long, messed with so many systems, and had practically nothing happen with the SD, even without wearing ground straps and stuff. As long as you're not creating static, it's just completely possible to do this kind of work without having to worry about shocking anything, especially if you're remaining in contact. It's hard to build up a charge. So, that's the thing. Oh, here we go, finally. Now let me get this other camera. Okay, I have a big power wire here that I ran out of the power supply. And what do I have going on here? It's kind of hooked. I think it had an output in case you wanted to run it like to a second video card or something. Yeah. Okay. I'll probably do something similar to that. I'm going to take the card physically out now. Okay. Now this might be a little tricky. There's a... Oh. The slot has to be released. I can just barely get my finger down there. There we go. This is a Gigabyte GeForce RTX 5060. It's not the biggest, baddest card ever, but it is really good. I can... Oh, wow, look at that. I can crank my settings all the way up. There's some heat shrink, or what do we call that? This card must have gotten pretty hot at some point. It's thermal paste, like a big chunk of it. And there's a big pile of it that fell down on the motherboard. Weird. And this thing, I'm just not even going to use it anymore. This was some USB ports. Came with a motherboard that I got probably more than 10 years ago. So, and I haven't even used them since I put them in this computer. So, I don't connect a whole lot of USB devices to my computer. I connect a few, but not many. Oh, that's funny. I do have my Blu-ray burner here, which I have not played anything on it for ages. So I probably will not put that in the new one. I also have one little solid-state drive. I might as well bring that too. All right. I'm going to bring out the power supply. This power supply is it's a pretty strong one. I didn't need anything this big, but this is what was available when I got my computer. It's 850 watt, fully modular supply. I have only what I need plugged into this. So yeah, there we go. It's out. Little front panel connectors all will run through this. So I'm going to take those out. And there we go. Now this little solid state drive, my operating system is not running on this. I don't think it is. Huh. What if it is? It's 2 terabytes. Actually my OS probably is running on that one. I forgot. So this motherboard and processor and RAM are all new. Within, I don't know, 6 months. And they do great. Oh man. It's one of the fastest computers I've ever had, but it's just so ugly. So, yeah. That's why we're doing this. The screw down in this corner is one of the most difficult. So I'm going to try to get that first in the new system. Oh, it's got a little dusty. Random things have fallen down into the computer, especially when it was laying down. Okay. That should be it. Nope, I'm missing one right here. Okay, I'm going to lift this out and find a suitable place to put it down. All right, I have a little foam here. I'm going to place it on top of the power supply, just balance it there, and get rid of this old dusty case. All right, I'm going to take out the memory just to make room. It's not super fancy memory, no LEDs in it. All right, there we go. At least I can put this down. Oh, look at that. I didn't even have this thing locked in properly. Jeez. I'm lucky it didn't come off. Okay. And that's all the contact I had with my CPU. And look at that, the circle right here, that's the contact area. It's amazing this didn't overheat. All right, but I'm not taking the process. For removing old thermal paste, I found that just kind of wiping while rubbing does the job. There we go. That got most of it. Then I'll just kind of scrub the rest. So there we go. This is an Intel Core i7 14700. It is it's very, very fast. It has a lot of cores and all the stuff, man. I'm going to need to get this power supply in. So let's do that first. I have a zip tie on some of these cables. I didn't bring in anything to cut zip ties with, so I'm going to see if I can work the cables out of the loop here. I think I can do it. I didn't make it extremely tight because I don't like to have zip ties so tight that they are biting into things. I don't know if I can just get one loop of these wires to come out of here. Yep, that'll create a little more space. This loop is kind of went a little bit funny. Goodness, come on. Let's see if I can just get that to come out that way. Good. And then, as long as I can compress this end of this loop down just a little. There we go. Nice. Oh, that's right. I remember the this power supply is considered partially modular, which makes sense because that wire that I just worked on is permanently attached. So some of these are, coming out of that hole, which makes sense. The wires you're going to use on every computer, why make those modular? Okay, for now I'm going to bring all these wires up top. There we go. And then get the power supply in. It looks like it'll just drop through this hole and then rotate into place. Well, hang on. I see. Some of these screws came with little fiber washers. I guess that's to make it not damage the metal. Okay. Back cover off. All the cable management needs to be done back here anyway. So let's start with the power supply. Okay. And the last one. Camera was in the way. There we go. All right, guys. We have a power supply. There's not a ton of space under here, but hopefully that'll be enough. Oh, right. This is a mesh here, so it'll actually be able to pull air through. Aha, it says MSI 1700. There we go. So that's what we need. Just place it like so, and then we screw it down onto the front. So I'm going to hold this like so with one hand. Oh boy. Weird. Aha. I'm going to put in the standoffs because the back plate is on there, and the standoffs will help make sure it stays right there. Oh, come on. There we go. Another nice thing about everything coming from the same company, it kind of matches. I don't think I told you one of the benefits I was not expecting. The box says that there is software that comes with the MSI motherboard, which I'm sure I already installed, and it can directly control this water cooling system for us. Okay, so I'm just gonna have a look at this and make sure, yeah, that's gonna work. And I just drop a screw down in there, see if it's gonna engage properly. Not right away, it's not. Oh, there it goes. Huh. There it is. Okay. Okay. Now, I'm going to bring the board in. And attempt to line it up with the screws. And there we go. Now, one thing I've learned over the years is the back plate is important. So, with all the screws lining up, you need to make sure that the back plate is fully good and there's nothing interfering with it. Looks like it's all good there. Okay. Now this one is going to be the first screw right here. Well, I'm not going to do that one first. They gave me all these little fiber washers. I'm going to use them on most of the screws anyway. Pardon me. All right. I'm gonna so the screw back in this corner is so difficult. I'm gonna make an attempt here. I was frustrated the last time I installed this because I got that all done, and yeah, see, I might have to take this fan out of here. But if I can get my pinky down in, I can't get my pinky in there. All right, I'm gonna take this tiny screwdriver and use it as a manipulation tool. The screw landed upside down, and I'm going to try to tip it over. There we go. Now if I can move it along and get it to fall down into the hole. Okay, it's resting at a 45-degree angle near the hole. It just fell in. That's it. And that's one camera dead. The other one is not far behind. I'm going to grab a charger. I'll be right back. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we are all screwed down here. So, thermal paste and attaching the water block. I'm going to put a healthy glob right down the middle of this. I do not want to have a small contact patch like the last time. So, is there a little bit more here? Yeah, I'm going to use all of it. Yeah, that's it. Okay. And down she goes. Oh, goodness gracious. You thought I was kidding. Yeah, I almost put the whole thing down with, with that piece of plastic that it warns me to remove. Okay, I'm going to get two opposite corners. Then I feel comfortable enough taking my hand off it. All right. Yeah, that doesn't really work. I'm just gonna manually tighten these down. I think I can get them tighter with my fingers than I can with the drill. Maybe that's not true. Okay. We are on. And this little thing can be rotated, so there. Rotate it.
Hey, it's Justin here in the editing truck. I'm going to just kind of talk through this part here. This is the section where I get everything kind of cleaned up and organized and just really fine tune where all the wires are going to end up. In this section I was just cleaning off the old fans that came out of the old case. They just had a little dust on them. And then here I'm trying to get the video card into place. I cut out the part where I thought it was going to line up in the first two holes, and turns out it lines up in the last two. So there I just put in the piece that covers the back exit behind that card. So yeah, and then the little cover that covers over everything. And then this is the section. You know, it takes quite a while if you ever build your own computer. A lot of patience, just to be able to get all the wires organized and looking right. I had to figure out the fans. They were quite tricky, just because they're meant to, one fan connects to the next, etc. And they each have their own power connectors, but for the lights, the RGB lights on the fans, it was a connector I haven't used before, and I had to find those connections on the motherboard, which I did, and got them all plugged in and everything. There's some tricky little connectors. In this part, I'm just installing my little solid state drive. I have another one that's on the motherboard, but this is the one my OS runs in. Before I replaced this motherboard, I got this solid state drive, and Uh, it's good enough. It's not super fast. Actually, the one I have directly on the motherboard is probably faster, but I'm not having any kind of speed issues with my computer, as far as I can tell. Um, yeah, so here's me kind of fiddling with those things, just trying to get them, get the little twist ties off of all of them and figure out how these go together. See, they actually can connect to themselves, which wouldn't help you any. Um, I probably cut out the part where I was. Well, that was a questionable shot. Anyway, where I was actually running zip ties and twist ties and everything on the back there, and really just got it all kind of cleaned up the best I can. I did run the wires that come out of the water block down near the motherboard, and then kind of out and then back in, so they look really clean. You can barely even see them. You know, probably one thing I should add maybe would be to take off the cover and well, nah, I just second guessed myself there. That wouldn't be useful. I have the finishing shots, and that's good enough. So yeah, this whole kind of system, if you ever do something like this, it's expect to spend a few hours with at least an hour to get all the lines plugged in, and then kind of undo and redo things a few times until you can get it as clean as you can do. It's tricky, but it is totally worth it. All right, now we're going to get on to actually the results. I think I'm ready to push the power switch. See what happens. So here we go. I don't expect this to take long. This computer worked great the last time I used it. All right, there's the little Windows thing. Okay, we've booted up. So I would say that's mission accomplished. 32 degrees. CPU frequency. Okay, good. Well, man, I'm happy with that. Let me get the fans remounted and the glass on it, and this thing will basically be done. I'll do a little bit of stress testing and see how it goes. I'm starting her up again for the second time since the rebuild. And yeah, I thought about not putting on the glass. Pardon me, I'm gonna just get my fingerprints off it. But you know, hey, that's the look, right? I'm gonna take off the little warning triangle. That doesn't need to be there anymore. It's good to know it's tempered glass. That means it will not break easily. Hit it with the right kind of thing, it will, of course. So let's see what this thing is like if we really give it a stress test. If you haven't used this or seen it used before, it's just a really great stress test system. So I'm gonna hit start. To be honest, I don't know. Oh, we have a ranking system over on the left here. And it's just gonna run through. That's kind of cool. Okay, so this is designed to rank my processor. Oh, look at that. My CPU core has gone up to 84, 85. CPU socket temperature is 45. But, okay, good to know. Pump fan 1 is still at 31, so that it just goes at that speed all the time. And I'm just feeling above the top of the computer. It does not feel... Well, it feels warm now. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I feel some heat coming out of this. So the radiator has definitely heated up, and it's pumping heat out the top of the computer quite well. But we're running the CPU at 100%, and that's why. All right, so guys, that's it. This thing's done. It's quite a large box. Probably not needed to be this big, but it really, it really makes the thing look good, and it does a great job cooling and stuff. So, I'm super happy with it, and yeah, I will be posting a lot more about the Beehive project in the coming weeks. This was kind of just, that old computer was, I'm driving a brand new truck for a living, and it was so heavy it was beating up parts of the truck and doing damage to itself and stuff. So this is a lot lighter, and it will I won't have thermal throttling problems like I was having with the other one. So yeah, cool. Well, catch you later. I hope you learned something. Hey, welcome back for just a minute. I recorded a little bit of bonus content. I decided to record my screen while rendering out the video. And, unfortunately it doesn't show the rendering screen, but it was averaging about 80 frames a second. So that's way faster than viewing time. It did not hit the processor to 100%, but most software doesn't do that really. It was pretty cool because the computer barely feels warm on the top. Anyway, yeah, it did great, and I also showed the NVIDIA screen there just to let you see what the GPU is doing. It wasn't very busy, but yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks a lot for watching.